Hi everybody, welcome to another episode of Joey's Scarf. This is episode 33, I believe, and today is Sunday, March 10th, 2019. My name is Linda, and you can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as Linda Grace, and that's Linda with a Y. It's a cloudy, rainy day today in Barnegat, New Jersey, which is where we live. Temperatures are pretty mild. They're in the 50s, so at least it's not freezing out. This is a knitting and crocheting and yarn podcast, and I'm going to be talking about projects that I am working on, projects that I've completed, and that's how the podcast goes. I am recording on my new iPad that I bought about a month ago. I'm a little annoyed about some of the things that came, or I should say didn't come with the iPad. The connector, the USB port, or the port where you recharge the battery for the iPad, the connector is a different size than what all my other devices are. So I have a microphone that I usually connect to usually would record on my iPhone, but since the connector is different, I can't use the microphone. So I'm sorry if the sound is a little tinny, but that's the way it's going to be. We have a group for the podcast on Ravelry called Joey's Scarf, and right now we're doing a make-along, which I'll talk about in a few minutes. But for right now, I'm going to start showing you some finished objects. Okay, my first finished object, actually I only have two finished objects, but it's a lot of I did a lot of knitting, but there aren't many things, but there's a lot of knitting. So this is my first finished object, and this is the sock head cowl. I started out making, I thought I was going to be making the sock head hat, and I was my plan was to use, I think this is sock yarn, to use sock yarn and mohair, hold them together and make the sock head hat. As I started to knit the ribbing, I quickly realized that it was going to be way too big for a hat, but I figured it would really be nice for a cowl, and it turned out really nice, and it's very, very soft and squishy. I don't have it on because it is kind of warm here today, but I will put some pictures in of me wearing it so you can get the idea of what it looks like. It's very warm, and it feels very, very nice on. It was a lot of knitting, but it was the only thing I was working on at the time, so I just, it's just plain stockinette around and around and around. And I like the color of this, and I just love the way it came out. So the yarns that I used for this, this is what I have left. This is from Birch Hollow Fibers, and the color is Rock, and it is sock yarn. And it's 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon. And I paired it with the mohair. And the mohair is from Chelsea Luxe. And it's 72% kid mohair, 28% silk, and the color is Sunday Times. So that's from Chelsea Luxe. And the two of those together made this really nice, beautiful cowl. So that's my first finished object. And I just like to pet it because it just feels so soft. Okay, my next finished object, the second one and the last one actually, is a shawl that I made. And this shawl I made for the knit-along that we are doing in Joey's Scarf group on Ravelry. So I'll tell you a little bit about the knit-along. My podcast, Joey's Scarf, is named in honor of my son Joe, who passed away 7 years ago from colon cancer. This is the third year that I've run this knit-along, and I call it Joey's Memorial Knit-Along. And the idea of the knit-along is to knit something in honor of somebody that you lost, or just knit something thinking of someone who is close to you, anybody. So that's the idea of the knit-along. This year, I decided to ask everyone to use the colors orange or blue, or a combination of both. And it could be any shade of blue, any shade of orange. And the purpose of that is that Joe was a huge New York Mets fan, baseball fan, and their colors are blue and orange. Now, I don't know if I made this clear when I announced the knit-along last time, but you could do something blue or something orange or a combination of both. You didn't have to do blue and orange, and I kind of think I didn't make that clear. I decided to do the combination of blue and orange with this shawl. And it's kind of hard to show a shawl on camera because you can't get it all. But I started out with the pattern called the Heart Set. And that's the shawl. I really liked it. It's a paid-for pattern on Ravelry. It's by Liana Mertzina. And the instructions were easy to follow. She has a chart also for you to work from. The issue I had with the pattern, she tells you to repeat the pattern a certain number of times. And if you want to, this is how she describes it, you can easily regulate the size of your shawl by adding or omitting the number of pattern repeats. So she gets you to a certain point of the number of pattern repeats that she includes in the chart and in the instructions. And if you want to increase the size, you kind of have to figure out the numbers beyond that, if that makes sense. Because you're increasing, obviously, as the shawl grows, and the math has to be right, because the pattern is giving you these hearts, which make the whole shawl. So I must say I tried to do the increases myself to make the shawl bigger than it was coming out. I wanted it much bigger than the way it was coming out. I just couldn't figure it out. So I decided to leave this part with the hearts and then kind of just improvise the rest myself. So I have a stitch dictionary, so I just went to the stitch dictionary and just kind of picked out some stitches to do randomly as the shawl grew. So there's some lace work in here. I found some other heart designs in the stitch dictionary, some little eyelet things, and I just went along doing what I wanted to do, changing colors when I wanted to change colors. But I think these yarns really went together nice, and I used up, that was my other goal, is to use up all of the yarn. And then the border, I did a crochet border around it to make it kind of lacy. So I'm going to get up. Let's see. And I have some pictures of me wearing it. I will put those in. So you could wear it this way, or I could wear it this way. And it came out really nice. And I'm very pleased with it. And now it's getting a little chilly in here, so I'm going to leave it on. The yarn that I used for this is from Toad Hollow yarn, and both skeins are from Toad Hollow. The blue is their Silky Toad base, which is 80% superwash merino, 20% silk. And this color is called Vagabond. So it's from Toad Hollow Yarns. And yeah, it's called Vagabond. And then the other one, the multicolored orange variegated, which I did not buy these for the purpose of this shawl, for the orange and blue. I had them in my stash, and they just happened to match perfectly. Probably because they were dyed by Toad Hollow Yarns, both of them. And this is their Sock Toad base. And yeah, so it's Toad Hollow yarn. The knit along is still going on until April 4th, which is when Joe's birthday is, but I might go a little longer, maybe until the next time I podcast, and usually that's like every three and a half weeks. Yeah, so please come and join. Again, it doesn't have to be blue and orange. As I said, it could be blue or orange, and any shade of blue, any shade of orange. So I hope you'll join us. So that's it for my finished objects. So my first work in progress is a hat, because this was supposed to be a hat and it didn't come out to be a hat. So I still wanted a hat, and I wanted a gray hat. So I had some Cascade 220 worsted weight, lots of it in my stash, and so I decided to use that, and I wanted to make it a little softer, so I'm pairing it with some mohair, and I believe this is also from Chelsea Yarns, but I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure it is. Yes, I think it is. Yes, I'm putting these two together, holding those two together to make the hat. And you can see the pink in it, and it gives it a little haze, not a lot. I think once this is blocked, it's going to be really soft. So this pattern is my go-to pattern, which is the Dave beanie, and all of the information, all the stuff I talk about, if I think I think worthwhile, I'll include it in the description box below, the links and the names of the patterns and all of that stuff. So this is the Dave beanie. I like to make the brim longer than what it's called for, because I like to roll it up so that there's more around my ears to keep my ears warm. So this is like 4 inches of ribbing, and then the rest is just stockinette around and around and around until I get to the length I want, and then I start the decreases. So it's a nice pattern, and so that's what I'm working on. And this is basically my car knitting, because there's no I don't have to think about anything, just keep going. So that's my first work in progress. So my next work in progress is very special, and I'm doing a test knit for Jan from Jan's Crafty Crochet, and she asked me to do a test knit for her. I don't know if this is her first pattern or not, but it's a sock pattern. I asked her if I could show it, and she said yes. So this is the pattern. I don't think she has a name yet, and I'm pretty sure it's not released. And I'm having fun working on it. I've finished one sock. It's not blocked or anything. Yes, I finished one, and it's really fun to knit. I really am enjoying it. And I started the next one, the next sock. I don't know what the yarn is. I don't know where it came from. It was part of my stash, and it's pretty, and it really feels nice. So this was a lot of fun, Jan. Thank you for asking me to do this. I'm having fun doing it. They fit perfectly. I tried this one on. It fits perfectly, and I think once it's blocked, this pattern is really going to show up nice. And I definitely would make more of these. So that's my pattern from Jan that I'm test knitting. And maybe she'll be releasing it soon. So thank you, Jan, again. I had fun doing it. Okay, my next work in progress is this shawl called the Kleur shawl, and it's by Maltz. It looks very complicated. I'm not sure. I just started it, so I'm hoping I'll be able to follow along. It uses a lot of different colors, a lot of different yarns. So this is going to be a challenge for me, I think. I did start it, just to see if I was able to follow her instructions. So it uses, obviously, a lot of different colors of yarn. So this part with all the different colors, I'm going to try and hold all of these up so you can see them. These are all the different colors that I'm going to be using. And I have them in bags labeled A, B, C, D, E, F, G, so I know which order that I'm going to be doing them. So I'm just going to put these down now, over there. All of the yarns were from Marianated Yarns. I bought a kit from her, a mini kit, mini skein kit, and I didn't make the thing that that I was supposed to use that yarn for, so I decided to do something different, and this is what I'm going to be doing. The main colors, which this color here, and then the stripes, are these colors. This one is going to be, come on, this one's going to be this. this is going to be this. And then the stripes are going to be these. So that's going to be the stripes. And let's see if I can figure out what's what here. This one is from Kim Dye's Yarn. Kim Dye's Yarn. That's this one. And the colorway is Affection. And it's 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon. That's this one. This one, the white pale, is from Legacy Fiber Arts, from their Cozy Toes collection. And it's called Parchment, the color. It's got just touches of blue in there. And then this one is from Wandering Wool. That's this one. And it is BFL 75-25, 75 superwash BFL, 25% nylon. That's this one. The Marianated Yarns are, I'm not sure what they are. And then, yeah, most of the minis are marinated. I did include some minis from Woolbearer's yarn, which is my local yarn shop, Myra, who dyes yarn too. So some of the minis are hers. This is a hard explanation of all this yarn. So I'm excited to get working on that, and that's going to be my next thing that I will concentrate on. After I finish Jan's socks, this is what I'm going to be concentrating on. Is this pattern? I hope I can figure it out, because I really like it. So I think that's it. I hope after all of this, trying to record on my new iPad, that everything comes out okay. And what else can I talk about? So, I don't know how this video is going to be. It's going to be in order, piecemeal, whatever, but this segment, I wanted to show you. I have tried sweater knitting, and I've done a couple of sweaters, and I really haven't been too happy with the way they've come out, but I had to try it because everybody's knitting sweaters. But there is a place that I like to shop that has beautiful sweaters, and I think they're 100% wool, and the company is called Woolrich. And there's a type of sweater that I really like from them, and this is one of my sweaters. And what I like about it is the sheep along the border, the bottom of it. And this sweater is very, very warm. And I'm pretty sure it's 100% wool. It feels like it. And I don't see a label in here somewhere. But it is Woolrich. That's the name of the company. And so anyway, this one, let's see. I don't know. This is probably going to get edited, but here it is. It's 100% lamb's wool. And it feels really, really nice. on. And I think I might put this on for later. But I just like it. It's just very cute, very warm. And I got this a couple of years ago. I think Ross bought it for me for Christmas. I wanted another one, and they have the best sales at the end of the season. So a couple of days ago, last week sometime, I decided I wanted another sweater from them. And so I got this one. It's very pretty. And it's got the little sheep butts on it. Isn't that cute? And it's just so beautiful, really. And it is 100% wool also. And it was a great sale. I think it was half price. And I could not make this sweater probably for what I paid for it. But I just wanted to give you a little clue about Woolrich. I don't know if anyone is familiar with it, but check it out, especially now because they're having some great sales. Yeah, I think that's it. I'm really nervous about how this video is going to come out. And I think I'm going to get Ross to come and say hi. So hold on. All right, so
here we are, back from a short hiatus.
Yeah, it's been a couple of weeks.
Yeah, but we managed. We got a good morning in.
We did?
The other day.
What?
We said good morning.
Oh. What are you talking about?
Usually we say good morning.
To who?
To everybody out here.
Oh, when you go, okay, that's my Instagram stories you're talking about.
Those are the Instagrams.
Right,
See,
right.
I'm not familiar with
the
many volumes.
So if you follow me on Instagram, sometimes I get Ross to do a little Insta story, and he says good morning. And that's what he's talking about.
All I do is say good morning. Good morning.
All right, so what have we been up to?
Not much, really. Deciding to improve our vocabulary by either reading or writing or do crossword puzzles or something.
Improve our mind so that we don't get stale.
I think I'm long gone.
All right, I'm gonna wait. Hold on. You keep talking.
Well, I don't understand.
You don't understand?
She says, although what's really interesting, it's sitting right in front of me here. I don't know why this is. You're actually going to show them the.
All right. So this. Did you hold this up?
Well, I
This
started
is
to.
what we're not following this, but
No.
we were using it to prop up our.
Well, we were using
iPad.
it. Well, we
were using it to prop up our iPad.
That's as good as anything.
Okay. So we each bought one of these, and they're the exact same book.
Turned around. Look at that.
I know it's gonna. Hopefully this shows up the right way, that it's not backwards. Otherwise,
We'll find
everything I've shown so far is going to be backwards. But anyway, it says 250 crossword puzzles.
That's right.
The ultimate collection
The
to
ultimate.
challenge your mind.
Not the penultimate. The ultimate.
So every morning while we're having our coffee, we each work on the same puzzle.
And it gets nasty. It really does.
No, it doesn't.
It's brutal.
It's not a competition.
No, it's not a competition.
We help each other, and
Right.
so far I'm not
We're not
doing that great.
We're not doing badly.
Yeah, some words I've never heard of. Today, the word was
Ameliorate.
ameliorate. I've never heard of that word. You knew it.
Yeah, but that's
And that means, let's see, 17 across. Make better. Ameliorate. How do you say it?
ameliorate.
Yeah. That. So I
From the Latin root word
yeah.
of Mealio, meaning a good meal.
I don't think so. And then the first day, the word I didn't know was sophism.
Sophism.
And did you know what that meant?
Sophomoric.
But I don't.
Pretending to know it all.
I don't think that was the clue. Let's see, where was that?
No, sophism is. It's in yesterday's somewhere.
Yeah, it was in the first day. I can't find the clue. But anyway,
It's okay.
That was a word that I didn't know, and I still don't know because I don't know what the clue was. But anyway,
Anyhow,
blah.
there are two of us. We should be able to figure out what we did the day before.
I know, right? So that's been fun, and hopefully...
Well, it gets us up in the morning.
Yeah, something to do.
We have plenty to do.
We don't have anything to do. What do we have to do?
Oh, I have plenty to do.
Oh, okay. So, you didn't start your model yet.
No, I didn't. I figured you'd shame me into doing it eventually. It's called model shaming. Do we have the article?
Not handy, no.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll do a public unveiling.
Yes. Now that the holidays are over, our dining room table is available for you. Yes.
The decks are cleared for battle.
Right. So hopefully you'll begin that, and we're looking forward to some nice weather.
That's right. It's supposed to be in the
Today
60s.
It was spring ahead, and I kept thinking fall behind because it's fall weather.
Spring ahead, fall back.
I know, fall back, but the weather is fall. It's not
well,
spring.
If you fall, you're going to fall back.
All right. So that's it.
That's it?
I think so.
Oh.
Is there anything else?
Oh, just to get a hello in today?
That's it.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know what this is going to come out to be because who knows what's recorded, what's not, how I'm going to work this.
What are you doing? Taking some old material and trying to pass it off?
They'll never know.
Trying to pass it off.
They'll never know.
It's all new.
Okay, then.
Okay. Well, maybe the next time we're on. This is interesting. I'm trying to look straight into the...
I don't know where the camera... I think the camera's over here.
I think it's up here.
It's not. It's over here, I think. See?
Oh.
So that's where you should be looking, in that corner.
Okay, in that corner. It feels awkward.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah. So we're just warming up so we can each get on with the show and see in which direction it's going to go. Oh, that rhymed. We're going to say everything in quatrains.
Quatrains?
In rhyming meter for poetry.
It's called a quatrain?
Well, I don't know what it's called.
You just made up a word?
Quatrain. No, there's... Quatrain is like...
Isn't is that...
You're thinking of a quadrangle.
I'm not thinking of anything. You're throwing out words here.
Okay, well, that's the assignment for tonight.
Oh, what
is to look up the word quatrain.
Okay.
Quatrain.
Okay, and then write a poem using that
write a poem as a quatrain. Why write a quatrain as a poem? Well, see if you can come up with 4 trains by tomorrow.
4 trains?
Quatrain.
All right, then.
I don't know.
Okay, that sounds like Are you going to give away a prize for somebody to do that?
If they come up with an answer, that's fine.
Yeah? That's their prize?
That's their prize.
Okay.
Is the thrill of getting it.
Okay. All right. Speaking of that,
yes,
prizes, there will be prizes for the Joey Scarf Memorial Knit Along, of course.
Oh, that's right. All the knitters.
Yeah. So we didn't have a lot of participation, but those who are participating are very special to me, and I appreciate.
They're true blue fans.
Yes, they are.
Yes.
True blue friends. True blue friends.
Yes.
But if you still have time to participate, remember, it can be something blue, something orange, something blue and orange, something blue or orange, and it could be any shade of blue, any shade of orange.
Aren't those Metz colors?
Those are Metz colors. That's why. That's why. And this is mine.
Okay.
This is what I made. You don't have any.
Don't have anything.
Okay.
Okay, so
You're going to leave.
I'm going to leave and leave you to your
All right, so,
stuff here.
All right, so say goodbye.
Okay, are you going to watch American Idol tonight?
I don't know, maybe.
They had good singers on for a change. I don't know. Well, we'll see.
I'm not really that interested, but...
Well, you'll get tired out here when temperature drops to about 32 degrees.
Well, you come and get me in case I freeze.
Okay.
In case I freeze
Okay.
to this spot.
If you freeze to this spot, there's no getting it. Okay.
All right, say goodbye.
We'll see you later. Bye-bye. Oh, bye-bye.
And I think that's about it for today. It was like a mishmash of a video here. And I don't think I have anything else to talk to you about. So until next time, I'm going to go run off now and see how I can put this video together and make it seem like I recorded it all at once, which I obviously didn't. So take care, happy knitting, and see you next time. Bye now.